Welcome to the class again. We are discussing Claisian rearrangements. I'll give you a practice problem for ester unolate Claisian type. When it is treated with Gilman reagent, Gilman reagent is a soft nucleophile, so it undergoes 1,4 addition. The probable product is it undergoes 1,4 addition. Say for example, if this methyl is approaching this substrate from above the plane, we will have O minus, and we also have this. Of course, it is a potential substrate for Claisian rearrangement, but still they wanted to have a different product. So it was treated with Gilman reagent, then followed by thermal conditions. So at 0 degree centigrade itself, it is undergoing Claisian rearrangement. Then under acidic workup, it gave the product. Now what is the product here? This now the enolate ion undergoes Claisian rearrangement 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So there will be a bond formation between 3, 3 carbons, and there will be a bond breaking between 1, 1 carbons. So it generates a product of this kind. This is the carbonyl, and this is a methyl group. For example, if it is above the plane, then this fellow will approach this from below the plane. I'll give the numbering. It is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So this is the product. Because we have a substituent in the beta phase, now this rearrangement will occur in the alpha phase. So this substituent is alpha phase, alcohol will be beta phase. Now we will see Johnson-Escher-Moser orthoester Claisian rearrangement. What is Johnson-Eschen-Moser orthoester Claisian rearrangement? It is obviously a Claisian rearrangement, but the substrate is generated the Claisian rearrangement substrate is generated by treating allyl alcohol with orthoester. This is the orthoester. So the Claisian rearrangement substrate is generated using orthoester. So it is orthoester Claisian rearrangement. These two are the scientists involved in discovery of this reaction. So the product here is an ester. It is gamma gamma delta unsaturated ester. Now I will explain how this substrate for the Claisian rearrangement will be generated by treating allyl alcohol with orthoester. This reaction takes place under acidic conditions. This reaction takes place under acidic conditions. Under acidic conditions, the orthoester means which is having 3 alkoxy substituents groups on the same carbon. Now under acidic conditions, one of the alkoxy group can be protonated so that it becomes leaving group. Now this alcohol with its lone pair will attack on the orthoester carbon. So one of the OET will be leaving. One of the OET will be leaving. So there will be a bond formation between allyl alcohol and the ethanol is leaving. Right. Now we can also write like this. This CH3 can be written like this H. So under same acidic conditions, again one more OET can be protonated so that it is again made leaving group. Now this, when it is leaving, we can use this proton on a carbon methyl group. So this proton will be leaving so that these sigma electrons are polarized towards the ester carbon so that it generates a carbon-carbon double bond. Again, ethanol will be leaving. So ethanol will be, yeah, we can add H plus here. Ethanol will be leaving. Again, this H plus proton is also leaving. So this generates the substrate for Claisian rearrangement, OET. Now you see this is the substrate for Claisian rearrangement. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. In the previous case, we have an alkyl group here, so we got ketone. And in the another example, we have OTMS group, so that was hydrolyzed to get the carboxylic acid. Here we have an alkoxy group, OR, so it was converted to ester. So when it is heated, what we will get is an ester. This is called Johnson-Eschenmoser orthoester Claisian rearrangement. Now I will explain the shortcut how to predict the product in Johnson-Eschenmoser orthoester Claisian rearrangement. You don't need to worry about all these mechanisms. And if you are asked to predict the product, yeah, it is very, very easy. What is the product here? It is the alpha gamma gamma delta unsaturated ester. So what we need to do is we must know where this gamma gamma delta double bond and then to extend this, right? So yeah, in the shortcut, how do we predict the product? So what we are doing, we are breaking this bond, right? So this is the 1 comma 1 bond. That means allylic carbon and oxygen. It is the 1 comma 1 bond. This double bond is migrated like this. So in this case also, you just write like this 1, 2, 3, and this is 1, 2, 3 are going to come. Then what we need to do, we will remove this 1, 1 bond. So we are rearranging it. So double bond will be there. Now you just make this gamma comma delta. Then other things it is easy. You first rearrange this double bond, break this carbon oxygen bond. So this is gamma comma delta. So it becomes beta and we have alpha, then ester group. There are no substituents, right? From the when we use this ester, there are no other substituents. So you just extend the carbons. It should have beta, then alpha, and the next carbon must be ester groups. So this is how we can easily predict the product from a Johnson-Eschenmoser orthoester Claisian rearrangement. Now I will give 3 more problems for practice. Shall I change it? problems. Practice these problems and post your answers in the group. Okay, so that I'll evaluate whether you are predicting the products correctly or not. Other ester, and this is the acid. What is the product? Even the stereochemistry also given, it is below the plane, so the substituent here, it must be below the plane. Again, the stereochemistry was given, so we don't need to worry about the stereochemistry. You try to write the products and you post your answers in the group. I will explain one problem. See, how do we give numbering? We start with oxygen, so we will give 1, 2, 3 that side. Again 1, 2, 3 this side. So when we are writing, what we will do? We will remove this oxygen here. We will form a double bond here, right? So double bond between these two, 1 comma 2 carbons. Then we will give delta, gamma comma delta here. Then it becomes beta, then alpha, then ester group. So it is very simple. The stereochemistry, because it is alpha, here also we will get alpha. Yeah, this example is explained that instead of ester, if we have an amine group, so this is not simple amine, this is disubstituted methyl groups. Okay, these two are methyl groups. So instead of simple ester, if we have an amine group here, then under similar conditions like Johnson, Eschen-Moser, ester Claisen rearrangement, here it is possible to have an amide product. So I'll directly give the product. I'll go for a shortcut 1, 2, 3. I'm sorry. This is 1, this is again 1, this is 2, this is 3. So I'll go for shortcut. Here the product is an amide. The two OMe groups will be leaving and they'll generate the substrate for Claisen rearrangement. This nitrogen, this amine group will be there. Because of that amine, it will be an amide. Okay, right. So what I need to do, I'll break this 1 comma 1 bond. So I'll form a double bond here. So what I will do, I'll make it as gamma comma delta. Then I'll write beta. Then I'll write alpha. Then it is amide group. Because yeah, we have methyl group here. We have also methyl group here. Because this OH is above the plane. Right. So the amide group must also be above the plane. So this is alpha, then we have amide, CONMe2. I have directly written the product, okay? Because of this amine, what we will get is an amide here. It is not carboxylic ester, it is amide. Again, I have used the shortcut to directly generate the product. It is called Eschen-Moser modification. It is called Eschen-Moser modification. In the next example, this carbonyl will undergo enolization, so it generates this enol. This enol will undergo ether formation with this allyl alcohol. So when it undergoes ether formation, it is the product. Now, this is a good substrate for Claisen rearrangement. One, two, three, 1, 2, 3. So there will be a bond formation between 3, 3 carbons. There will be a bond breaking between 1, 1 carbon. Now the product here is, I'm directly giving the rearranged product. I'm not writing it. Okay, I have rearranged it. Right. Again, it undergoes Cope rearrangement. Right, because it is a good substrate. See, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So again, it undergoes Cope rearrangement to give this final product. It is called citronellal. Sorry, this is citral, and it is the industrial preparation of citral. So industrial preparation of citral involves a Claisen rearrangement followed by Cope rearrangement. Not only carbon-carbon 3, 3 sigmatropic rearrangement, we can also have 3, 3 sigmatropic rearrangements on the hydrogen, or vinyl substituted hydrogen. When it is heated, it undergoes 3, 3 rearrangement to generate I'm not changing the carbon skeleton. So it forms 3, 3 bond. The double bonds are rearranged. It is a diamine, right? So this is an example of Fischer-Indole synthesis, right? In a Fischer-Indole synthesis, what we will do, we will take a phenyl hydrogen. Phenyl hydrogen is treated with a carbonyl. Then under Lewis acid, it undergoes any rearrangement to give the indole. This is indole. Without substitution, it is called indole, right? So this is an example for Fischer-Indole synthesis. Now, how do we generate this Fischer-Indole using this 3, 3 sigmatropic rearrangement? I'll explain in a stepwise fashion. Right. When hydrogen reacts with a carbonyl, it generates a hydrogen double bond like this. This carbonyl, 2-butanone, will undergo condensation with the hydrogen, so it generates hydrogen. Now, under acidic conditions, it undergoes rearrangement. So this is hydrogen. This is phenyl hydrogen. This is hydrogen, phenyl hydrogen. Now under acidic conditions, it undergoes rearrangement. So instead of imine, it again generates an amine. It generates an amine, NH. I'm sorry, this should be NH. Then we have a double bond here, a methyl. Then this undergoes 3,3 sigmatropic rearrangement. Right, I'll explain. This undergoes 3,3 sigmatropic rearrangement. Yeah, it is not fitting in the window. First, let me complete this problem, then I'll give time to take the notes. Okay. Right. We are breaking this 1,1 bond. We are generating this 3,3 bond. This is the new double bond here, and this is the original double bonds. This aromatic system is disturbed, right? Yeah, like this. Now this is part of an aromatic system, so it easily undergoes tautomerization to give the amine. It easily undergoes tautomerization to give the amine NH2. This is amine. So this amine now will undergo nucleophilic substitution onto the amine carbon. Right? So it generates a 5-membered system like this. Then again, this amine will be leaving. This amine will be leaving under acidic conditions so that it generates this final product. Okay, please take a snapshot